Hello, my name is Amanda Smith, and this is a short video to tell you a little bit about what I do and a little bit about what storytelling is. I tell traditional stories. These are really old stories, ancient stories from multi cultures, stories that would have been told from grandmother to grandchild by candlelight or firelight. So some of these stories can be from Persia or from the Bedouin trade routes or even Australasia. And of course I tell stories from closer to home. Some stories about legendary characters like Robin Hood or King Arthur. And then maybe shape-shifting stories from Scotland about the Silkies, the seals that would transform themselves for one day into human beings. All exciting and magical stuff. So he was stuck as if he was made of stone and he couldn't move. And the witch inched closer and closer and he could only watch with horror as she reached forward and took the bird, his beloved, in her hand and thrust it into a cage, and she turned and she looked down on him and she said, "You will never see her again." You're inviting, by telling a story to an audience, you're inviting them to create and imagine those things in their heads. And so in a way, it puts all the emphasis on the audience. And so what you're able to do, if it's a really rowdy audience of kids, you're able to maybe get them more excited or bring them down by the way in which you tell the story and how you pace it and how much detail you put in, or vice versa. So it's a very fluid thing. Being a storyteller, it's about having a rapport with the audience. Oh, many miles to drop that night before he reached his end. One of the things I do is I work with little children who are in hospital, and some of those children are really, really unwell. And the benefit of storytelling in that context, as you can imagine, it distracts them, it entertains them, it takes their mind off the pain, and it just maybe gives them a little something exciting and fun to enjoy and be part of, because they're creating those magical places in their minds. And his name was Hood, and he lived in the wood, and the sheriff said he's up to no good, but the sheriff ain't a clever dude, and so he tried, but he never could catch Robin Hood. They're entrancing and they're exciting and they're interesting and it's captivating. People describe the storytelling experience as being something that's a little bit different. Hang on a minute, there's a spade over by the shed, why don't you dig it out for me? And then I'll be fine. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that, said the man. I've got to go and look for my yacht. And off he goes. He walks and 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 he walks. There's the wolf. Oh, the poor old wolf. It looks like a rug. He's at death's door. His eyes are shut. He's barely breathing. He's got his tongue hanging out. And the man says, "Oh, guess what? I'm a lucky fella. I'm a lucky fella. All I've got to do is find my luck and then everything is going to be rosy." The wolf replied, "But what about me?" Barely a voice. Oh, he says, yes, I asked God about you. God says the reason that you're so hungry is that you need to eat something. You need to eat the next silly fool that passes by. And so it did.